Stop buying those plastic traps. They are a waste of money and you know it. You put them in the corner, you wait 3 days, and maybe you catch one scout. Meanwhile, the colony is still under your sink, breeding, eating your crumbs, and walking across your clean counters. Cleanova hacks. My grandfather was a janitor, my father was a janitor, and I've spent 30 years cleaning up messes that people thought were permanent. Today, we are ending the infestation, not hiding it, ending it. We're using one ingredient you already have in your pantry. It costs pennies, it is non-toxic to your kids and pets if used correctly, and it works better than the chemical sprays that smell like poison. If you see ants marching in a line or roaches scattering when you flip on the kitchen light, stop scrolling. This is the method that actually breaks their cycle. Let's look at why your current methods are failing. Most people treat pests like dirt. You see a bug, you spray it, it dies, you feel good, you move on. But that is not cleaning. That is reaction. And reaction never wins against an infestation. When you spray a roach with aerosol, you are only killing the individual. You are not touching the nest. In fact, many commercial sprays act as repellents. This sounds good, but it's actually bad. It causes the colony to scatter. They split up. They move deeper into your walls, into your electrical outlets, into places you can't reach. Now you have 3 smaller infestations instead of one big one. Ants are even worse. You wipe them up with vinegar, you think you've cleaned them, but ants leave behind pheromone trails, invisible chemical highways. As long as that trail exists, more ants will follow it. You can wipe the floor 10 times, but if you don't break the chemical signal and destroy the source, they will be back within the hour. The problem isn't that you aren't cleaning enough. The problem is that you are cleaning the wrong way. You are treating the symptom, not the disease. You are fighting a war with a water pistol while they have an army. We need to change the battlefield. We need a substance that doesn't just repel them, but eliminates the colony from the inside out. And we need to do it without turning your kitchen into a hazardous waste zone. So, why baking soda? And why does it work when sugar doesn't? First, let's talk about biology. Roaches and ants are driven by 2 things: survival and reproduction. They need food and they need to feed their queen. Roaches are scavengers. They eat anything: grease, glue, dead skin, food crumbs. Ants are foragers. They find sugar and protein and carry it back to the nest. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is a base. It is alkaline. The stomach acid of insects is highly acidic. It needs to be acidic to break down the food they eat. When a roach or an ant ingests baking soda, a chemical reaction happens immediately inside their gut. The acid meets the base. This creates carbon dioxide gas. Here's the key part. Insects do not have a way to expel gas like we do. They cannot burp. They cannot pass gas effectively to relieve pressure. The gas builds up. It expands. It ruptures their internal organs. It is a slow internal shutdown. It is not instant. And that is exactly why it works. If it were instant, the other bugs would sense danger. They would avoid the bait. But because it takes time, usually 24 to 48 hours, the forager returns to the nest. It dies there. Or, in the case of ants, it shares the contaminated food with the colony before it dies. This is called the Trojan horse effect. You are using their own social structure against them. But here's the mistake most people make. They just sprinkle baking soda on the counter. Roaches won't eat plain baking soda. It doesn't smell like food. It doesn't taste like food. It's just white powder. To make this work, you have to mask it. You have to make it irresistible. You have to combine it with an attractant that overrides their survival instinct. And you have to understand where to put it. If you put it in the middle of the floor, you're cleaning up dust. If you put it in the cracks, the crevices, the dark spaces behind the stove, you are hitting them where they live. This isn't about surface cleaning. This is about strategic placement. I've seen people spend hundreds on exterminators who come in, spray a perimeter, and leave. The bugs come back in 2 weeks. Why? Because the eggs hatch. Baking soda doesn't kill eggs, but it kills the adults that feed the young. No adults, no food for the nymphs. The cycle breaks. It takes patience, it takes consistency, but it is permanent if you do it right. All right, let's get to work. Put down the spray bottle. Grab a box of baking soda. Not the fancy fridge deodorizer kind, just the standard cooking grade. It's cheaper and it's pure. We are going to make 2 different baits. One for roaches, one for ants. They have different preferences, so we need to tailor the approach. Part 1, the roach killer. Roaches love grease and starch. They are attracted to strong smells. For this bait, you need 3 ingredients: baking soda, powdered sugar, and onion powder. Why onion powder? Roaches are attracted to the sulfur compounds in onions. It masks the metallic taste of the baking soda. Powdered sugar is fine enough to mix evenly with the baking soda. If you use granulated sugar, the roaches might pick out the sugar grains and leave the soda. We need a homogeneous mixture. Mix 1 part baking soda with 1 part powdered sugar. Add a teaspoon of onion powder per cup of mixture. Stir it until it is completely uniform. It should look like a single colored powder. Now, placement is critical. Do not dump this in a pile. Roaches are cautious. They prefer small, accessible amount. Take bottle caps or small pieces of cardboard or even folded index cards. Place a small amount of the mixture on each card. Where do you put them? Behind the refrigerator. Pull it out. It's warm, it's dark, and there's usually dust and debris back there. Perfect roach housing. Under the sink, check for leaks first. If it's wet, fix the leak. Moisture attracts roaches more than food. Place the bait on dry surfaces away from the pipes. Behind the stove, remove the drawers if you can. Slide the cards back against the wall. Inside cabinets, specifically in the back corners where dishes are stored. Do not place these where pets or children can reach them. While baking soda is non-toxic, the onion powder can upset a dog's stomach, and large amounts of any powder are a choking hazard. Keep it high or hidden. Check these baits every 2 days. If the powder is gone, replace it. If it's clumped up from humidity, throw it out and make fresh bait. Humidity kills the effectiveness because the baking soda absorbs moisture from the air before the roach eats it. Keep it dry. You will start seeing dead roaches in about 3 days. They will be sluggish, flipping over, unable to right themselves. Sweep them up. Do not leave them lying around as other pests might eat them. Dispose of them in a sealed bag outside. Part 2, the ant eliminator. Ants are different. They want sugar, pure, simple carbohydrates. For ants, we skip the onion. We go sweet. Mix 1 part baking soda with 1 part powdered sugar. That's it. No onion, no grease, just sweet powder. However, some ant species prefer liquid bait. If you have a serious ant problem, especially with carpenter ants or large colonies, a paste works better. Mixed baking soda with a little bit of honey or maple syrup. You want a consistency like toothpaste. Place small dots of this paste on pieces of wax paper or plastic lids. Wax paper is great because ants can walk on it, but the paste sticks, and it's easy to dispose of later. Place these directly on the ant trails. Do not wipe up the ants first. Let them find the bait. Let them call their friends. You want to see a traffic jam of ants on that bait. It means they are taking it home. If you see the ants avoiding the bait, stop. You might have a protein-loving ant species like fire ants. In that case, mix baking soda with a tiny bit of peanut butter or tuna oil. Test a small amount first to see which one they take. Once you identify their preference, commit to it. Like the roach bait, keep these away from pets. Dogs love peanut butter and honey. You do not want your dog eating a mouthful of baking soda paste. It will cause gastric distress. Place these baits in corners, under appliances, or behind furniture legs. The maintenance phase. This is where most people fail. They put the bait out, see fewer bugs, and then stop. Don't stop. Continue the baiting for at least 2 weeks, even if you don't see any bugs. There may be eggs hatching. There may be scouts testing the area. You need to ensure the entire colony is depleted. While the bait is working, you must sanitize the environment. Bait kills the bugs, but cleanliness prevents new ones from moving in. Wipe down all counters with a vinegar solution. This removes the pheromone trails. If you leave the scent trails, new ants from outside will follow them to your kitchen, even if the old colony is dead. Break the map. Seal your food. All of it. Cereal, flour, sugar, pet food. Put them in hard plastic or glass containers with tight seals. Roaches can chew through cardboard. They can chew through thin plastic bags. They cannot chew through glass or thick Tupperware. Fix your leaks. I said this before, but it bears repeating. Water is life. If you have a dripping faucet under the sink, fix it. Dry out the area. Use a dehumidifier if your basement or crawl space is damp. Roaches can live a month without food, but only a week without water. Cut off the water and you speed up the process. Pro tip. Here's a secret from the janitorial trade. Diatomaceous earth. This is not baking soda, but it works well with it. Diatomaceous earth, or DE, is a fossilized algae powder. It is microscopic shards of glass to an insect. It cuts their exoskeleton, causing them to dehydrate and die. You can mix a small amount of food-grade DE with your baking soda bait. It adds a mechanical kill method to the chemical one. If they don't eat the bait, walking through the powder will still damage them. But be careful. DE is a lung irritant for humans too. Wear a mask when applying it and do not create clouds of dust. Apply it lightly in cracks and crevices, not out in the open where you breathe it. For the purpose of this video, stick to the baking soda method first. It is safer, easier, and highly effective for standard household infestations. Save the DE for severe, persistent problems. Look, getting rid of pests isn't about one magic trick. It's about discipline. It's about understanding that your kitchen is an ecosystem. If you provide food and water, they will come. If you remove the food, remove the water, and poison the supply, they will leave. Baking soda is cheap. It's safe, and it works. But you have to be consistent. You have to be thorough. Don't half-ass it. If you skip the cleaning, if you leave crumbs on the floor, you are undoing all your hard work. I want to hear from you. What is the biggest pest problem you are facing right now? Is it ants in the summer, roaches in the winter, mice in the walls? Drop a comment below. Tell me your situation. I read every comment, and I use your questions to decide what videos I make next. If you have a specific hack you want me to test, let me know. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of people who take pride in their homes. We don't just clean, we maintain. We don't just react, we prevent. Next, you need to watch my video on how to deep clean your gas stove burners. Grease buildup behind your stove is a major attractant for roaches. If you don't clean the source, the bait won't matter. Click the link on the screen or check the description. Get that stove clean, set out your bait, and take back your kitchen. I'm Cleanova Hacks. Stay clean, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.